Hello, my name is Tracy Allen, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Hello and welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. I am going to show you a recipe today for a lemon buttermilk pound cake, and it has a glaze that goes over it. So I preheated my oven to 350. I have my bundt pan sprayed. I have some ingredients that I've measured that I'm going to sift here in a second, and some that I'm going to cream before I add them all together. So in my sifter, in this bowl, I'm sifting together my flour, which is 3½ cups, and a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of soda. So I want to sift those and then set those aside. I finally got a sifter that works right. I have like 8 sifters and none of them seem to work right except this one. Then I'm going to set this aside, and in my other bowl I'm going to cream together my sugar, and I have 2½ cups of sugar in my mixing bowl, and then I'm going to add 1½ cups of soft butter. And I have to cream this for about 10 minutes to get it to the right consistency. So I'll get this going and then I'll come back when it's ready. Okay, so this has been mixing for 10 minutes, and if you can see, I don't think you can see in my bowl. If you could see in my bowl, you can see the batter is a light colored, and so now I'm ready to go ahead and add some of my other ingredients. So I want to add 4 eggs, and I'm going to do this one at a time, beating in between each addition. Say hi, everyone.
All of this was made possible by a husband with a timer on his phone.
See what I have to work with. Okay, I have a cup of buttermilk ready and that mixture of the sifted items ready, and as soon as that egg gets mixed in, I'm going to add them alternately in 3 different additions. So the only other thing I have to add to this before I put it into my bundt pan is I need to add 1 teaspoon of lemon extract. And I'm going to put this in my bundt pan and put it in my 350-degree oven. You can drop the temperature to 325 if you want to. It just depends on your oven. And this has to bake anywhere from 60 to 70 minutes. It just depends on your oven. You can test it with a toothpick. If it comes out clean, then you know it's ready. At that point, I'm going to take it out of the oven and let it sit for about 10 minutes or so before I invert it onto a plate. Our cake is out, and now we need to make the glaze that goes over it. So in my bowl, I have 2 cups of powdered sugar. To that, I want to add a tablespoon of lemon zest, 2 tablespoons of butter that's softened, not melted, and 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice. So I'm going to beat this up until it's smooth, and then I'm going to go ahead and put about half of it over the warm cake, let the cake cool completely, and then I'll ice it with the rest of it. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. I've got everything else ready for lunch, except I'm going to throw together some apple coleslaw. So I'm going to put everything together, except I'm not going to put my apples in it until we get home from church. I don't want those to brown up. And you could put them in lemon juice and stuff, but they still turn a little brown. But when it's time for these, I'm going to cut them up in smaller pieces, probably match stick size. Or really super thin half slices. So anyway, I'm going to make the dressing first. So I have a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. And I like to use a heaping 1/2 cup. And I have a 1/4 cup of sour cream. And then I have some celery seed. I have about a 1/2 teaspoon of that. And I have some sugar. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of sugar, minus what I just slopped, and some cider vinegar. I have 2 tablespoons of that. Okay, and then I'm also going to put in a little bit of salt. And this is to taste, and pepper. And that will be our dressing when I get it all mixed together. And this slaw is best if you have the dressing over it for at least an hour before you serve it, just to get it cold and to work into the cabbage mixture. Okay. Set that aside for a second. And then for our cabbage mixture, I went ahead and I cut up or shredded up about 4 or 5 cups of cabbage, and I did that in pretty small pieces. I don't like getting slaw that you have to have it string along to you. And to that, I have some matchstick carrots that I'm going to put in, and I'm going to add about 1 cup of those. Coffee out of the way. Normally a handful for me is of cheese or carrots like this or whatever it is, about 1 cup. Okay. And then I have a little bit of green onion, and you can use up to 1/4 cup if you want to. We just, as I've stated several times, are not big onion fans, so I like a little for flavor, but not a lot. I'm also going to put in some dried cranberries, about 3/4 cup. And some sliced almonds, the same amount. And when you do the apples, you can do, I have some gala apples, but you can use a tartar apple if you want to, or you can do 1/2 and 1/2. Vegetables a little bit, and then add my dressing, cover this, and put it in the refrigerator. And then add my apples when we come back for lunch. So I'll show you what it looks like all put together. Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.